Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And generally before, we have to have it published by Monday.
Yes.
So you'll have this well in
Yeah,
advance.
we get this ahead
And
of
as a
time.
matter of fact, in looking at some of this, if you don't feel comfortable in voting, I would suggest like abstaining, through these. And when we get to the other ones, we did discuss it and you did talk about it, so maybe you might want to look at some of those things. You can't vote on 10C, which is something down the list or something I'm going off of. Yeah, just flip that page. There you go. But other things, this one, I can give you time and you can look at the lists that have been ratified. All we're doing is they put them together. We're gonna do it. Once we pass it, then we can sign them and you're good to go. It's a good list.
So the list don't contain names, they just have numbers, but each one of those numbers is an individual. And we have the names that match to those numbers on our list.
And you have 4 lists in there. You're gonna have the para educator that was merged, the para special needs. Then you're gonna do the bilingual one, and then you're gonna go campus security assistant. And that's how they put together everything, and then you'll see the ranks and all of the other stuff that goes into an eligibility list.
Campus security assistant. They have 2, right? They have.
Campus safety, campus security,
Okay, so which one's higher?
security,
The security.
this one
yes.
is. And just for information, I did put the 2 job descriptions on the back of your book, so you should have them
Okay.
in there for the campus safety and security.
Okay.
The main difference is that campus security believe they can do more hands-on as opposed to the safety.
Yes. So they have more training.
Yes, and they're being trained, so we did train them
That was the
yesterday.
ones that we were going through the list.
Yeah, they got trained last Wednesday of last week, and then yesterday, and then we have 2 more in March and 1 more in April. They're all being trained, both classifications.
Yeah. My daughter is being trained for that. I don't know if that's, I can vote or anything. No, okay.
Cause she's already employed.
Yeah, she works.
Yeah, so you have nothing.
She works at the high school as.
Yeah, if it ever comes, if it ever comes down to where there's a test or we have something that does specifically deal with her, then you would have to abstain.
Okay.
But in this case, these are all new.
Okay.
For that.
And she's already, and she was
Yeah.
probably at the training,
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
so.
I know, cause I'd watch my granddaughter come forward.
That's it, that's the one.
And those are the fun times. When
Oh,
you get
yeah.
to watch the grand, they're better than the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Hands
Yeah, cause you can give them back.
About doing a pixie stick and send them home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll move.
Second.
All right, everybody okay with everything on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, let's move along. We have approved the attendance and cost of attending the AALRR conference in Shell Beach. I will entertain a motion for discussion purposes, if so choose.
I move.
All right, my discussion is, this is the one that I was talking about that kind of piggybacks within 1 month of the other one. And I would suggest that we kind of hold off on this one, only for the fact that, kind of leaving home and doing everything, so close together. Unless other members would like to go, I will be voting no on this.
Yeah, I kind of tied up those dates. I talked to the director about that already, so I'm out on that one. But if the director wants to go, if he feels that's necessary and will help him in his position, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'd be for him to go. See, on these lists, I don't really know what everything, I don't really have a chance to look at anything.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah.
Well, at this stage, I just think,
Like
come
you
back to the
said,
state one, and this thing, I think we did pull them together really quickly, through some suggestions. And I think if we have a calendar like set out for, a second half of 25, going into 26, starting July 1, moving to the thing. I think that would kind of be more appropriate than, shoving it in on the other ones.
No, I agree with that too, yeah.
Yes.
And
so-
we're going to the one in Napa, that's in March, right? Like you
Yeah,
said, a
it's
couple of
literally
weeks
months.
before that, okay,
That's a month.
okay,
And so,
okay.
There's a motion and a
And they both, they're doing basically the same
kind of,
thing.
you will have, the one up north, you're gonna have breakout sessions, so you're gonna get a list of things that you wanna go see, so.
Mhm.
This is of interest, this is of interest, this is of interest, and I think there's 3 a day. And then you go, and then they'll have little coffee table breakout sessions and stuff. But majority of those issues that they talk at the state level are gonna be discussed somewhat in here. There might be something that you hear at the state one that's different than what you'll be seeing here. There might be something on their agenda that you're not going to see up there. The case of having both of them is because you are on a limited schedule up there and there are so many items. Just say, for instance, you wanna see 12 things, you only got time to see 9.
yeah.
So now you gotta pick and choose, whereas those other topics might be discussed at this one, and now you can, jump into it that way. I think you will have more than enough to chew on after
Okay.
going to the other one.
Yeah.
And, your time with CSEA is gonna tell you a lot of this merit stuff, and they're gonna give you the ins and outs, I think, of, what's good. And it's a good way to meet people.
Yeah, the Napa one is specifically for personnel commissions.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
When I went, they have special classes just for commissioners called Commissioner Boot Camp.
Okay.
So that, I think that would be the
That would
better
be
one to
better
do
for you.
for
Yeah.
us, yeah. So, and this one in April was just basically HR and management.
Bingo.
Yes.
More general, but
Yeah.
the Napa
General
one, that's
HR.
specific for personnel commissions,
Yes.
yeah.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
So what
And the
are we- what-
motion
what are we
was,
doing?
to go. You guys made the motion. The
Yeah.
motion was
Yeah, no.
to go for discussion purposes. There was some in favor.
Now, this is the second one.
Yeah, this is
Talking
the
about.
second one, and Commissioner Rosenberg, he's the one that thinks they're too close together. Let's
Okay.
just go to the first one and we'll turn down,
Yeah.
pass on this one.
I'll go with that.
So I'll amend the motion to pass on this conference.
Gotcha.
So I can make a motion that we pass on this April conference to
I'll
show.
second it.
All right.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
You got it, Maria? Did you get it? Okay.
Am I running a bad one here for you?
No.
Oh.
Just- They've never done an amendment to a motion, so I just wanna make sure that she got it.
Oh,
So there was a motion, then it was amended
Right.
and seconded, and that's what the vote was.
The vote was in the
gotcha.
amended motion.
And if I'm moving too quickly for you and stuff like that, let me know. Approve the attendance and cost with attending AALRR Day Conference in Cerritos on March 27th. I will entertain a motion
I move to approve.
for discussion.
I move to approve.
Second.
I think that it might behoove us to go to one of these and we'll, put together something. I would be interested in going to this one. Again, it's a day thing and I can, make arrangements, to go and all the other stuff. It's up to somebody else. On the paperwork, it's the director and 2 commissioners. So we are going to approve the conference, but we're going to add, so I need an amended motion to add if all 3 of us would like to go along with Mr. Ortiz.
Now, okay, this one's.
This is gonna be March 27th. So this will be right after,
Napa.
yeah, this is like the week after Napa.
Might be the
Okay,
week
yeah,
after.
when was?
What's the date for
Okay.
Napa? You guys
I'm
got
gonna
the
give it
dates?
to you right here. Okay, Napa is the 15th through the 18th?
Yes.
15th, March 15th through 18th, and I think we were going the night before, right?
The 15th is the night.
Oh, okay.
So 15, 16.
Conference is the 16th, 17th.
Okay.
Come home on the 18th.
18th, yeah.
We go there on the 15th, the conference 16th, 17th, 18th, we come home.
Well, no, the conference is 16th and 17th.
I think there's something in the.
Oh, there's
that
the
last
morning.
day
Half a day
too.
on the-
Yeah, half a
Oh,
day on
okay.
the 18th too, yeah.
Half a
We
day.
come home the 18th.
Okay, and then the 27th, Gilbert, would be the following Thursday.
And that's the one in Cerritos.
Cerritos. This one day.
And these ones start on Saturday?
Yeah, the 15th is Saturday,
Yes.
running through, you'd be home the night of the 18th, which is Tuesday. And that's the one I suggest you go to.
That's probably the first priority, the most
Okay.
important.
And the one reason, and not to beat it up and stuff like that, through these conferences, the one thing we like to do, and she just even called to it, the amended motions and all of the stuff that goes with sitting on a board that is formalized with minutes, with an audience, goes back to CSEA, goes to the trustees and stuff. Just knowing simple Robert's Rules of Order. It's Rosenberg Rules of Order because it's amended and stuff. Brown Act stuff, all of the stuff that you kind of hear. I don't know what your background is really in the meetings. Everybody knows you're not supposed to talk to, get a consensus and all that other
Before the-
stuff.
Yeah,
But it gives you some good basics of what it's doing. I've also believed for the years that I've gone to them with the trustee side, not necessarily personnel side, is that the team building that you make. You actually get to know Mr. Ortiz, you get to know Mr. G. The conference down in Cerritos, we're all sitting in the car, and we get to find out that, you did X, Y, and Z with district. We get to find out who your
Right.
granddaughter is, what it is she does, but you build that personal connection. That's one reason I like conferences. The information you get, yes, is valuable. 9 times out of 10, it might be something that doesn't pertain to what we're doing or something otherwise really technical, or you listen to everybody else's problems.
Right.
And the one thing we used to be proud of on our end is we'd go down there in Barstow, we'd smug and smile, and everybody else had problems. And
Yeah.
we'd look at one another and go, "Not in this district, we do this and we do that." We used to, it was a very proud moment. Might change a little bit nowadays. I don't think so because CSEA is so wonderful and our personal commission. But you get to listen to Los Angeles, San Diego, places where they have real
A lot of
issues.
Oh,
problems.
yeah.
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 And you can go smile.
Yeah.
Hey, that doesn't happen in Barstow.
Yeah, it's a lot of networking that goes on too, so other professionals in the field.
And you learn a lot about those items in the Merit Academy.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
very helpful too. So
That was the virtual one?
no,
Yeah,
that's the virtual one.
that's gonna
Yeah,
be the
yeah.
third,
So I recommend the Merit Academy and the NAPA one or new.
And we're gonna get to America. That's later in the year,
Uh-huh.
so that'll come up on a different agenda.
Okay.
But,
Probably next month.
yeah, there we go. So we have a motion and a second on the Cerritos. Any more discussion? All in favor of
So,
go?
so I amend this motion
To
to
add-
approve the Cerritos conference for
3.
director plus 3 commissioners, if everyone wants to go.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Right, this one you have to abstain from, Gilbert. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the August 8th, 2024 meeting.
Motion.
Second. Okay, why are we bringing, and that's the one thing that I forgot to bring back up when I was talking to you today. Why are we bringing back the August minutes?
August minutes weren't approved yet.
Really?
Yes,
I'm
we're
catching
approved.
up on
We
that.
have September, but September didn't make the cut to print, but we have September already.
Interesting. Wonder how the heck we missed that.
I'm wondering too.
Yeah. I looked at it and I forgot it was on my list, and I didn't have my list when I was
Yeah,
talking to
we
him.
didn't approve them, and so we're catching up, and the staff and I are considering getting us a software that will take the notes and that we can review faster, because it going through dictation is
Yeah.
a lot more difficult to capture our conversation than what ends.
Okay. Well,
But,
all in
yes.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Request for advanced step placements, SEA, range 26, step 4 for Guadalupe Nunez, campus safety assistant. Mr. Ortiz.
So, Ms. Nunez, submitted her request for advanced placement. And she also, submitted an addendum. I believe she called it an appeal, but it's not really an appeal. I think it's more additional information for for your consideration. I recommend it, and again, just from the information we got, if you look at her form, I believe she put down she was a campus security assistant, so that was incorrect. There it is. So that's why it kind of threw us for a loop. I had to do a little bit of research, and no, I think she's campus safety, so that's how we put it in.
Yeah, we're on this one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look at all her, she gave us her resume, I tried to redact all the personal information, I mean, she, some of our individuals, and I keep reminding them that they shouldn't give us originals, right? And also to redact their information, because I redact it, but if I miss something, somebody might swipe their identity, right? So it's crucial that they block out anything that may be, too personal. With Ms. Nunes, my recommendation, and obviously was not to do any advancement, because I did not see any in-job experience prior, right? Although she later reported that she was a substitute and on duty for a long time, and that was the additional information she gave us. I didn't see any additional education. If you look at, also in your packet, I put the Rule 172.1, so you can have that for reference, and also the steps, the salaries, salary steps for classified. And however, she has a lot of coaching experience. She can't be here today. She's coaching, I believe, girls basketball today. She's very involved in the district. And however, at the time of submission, it was right on Friday, right when I was trying to post this agenda, and we didn't have a lot of that information that she submitted, additionally. So my recommendation was not to do any advancement. However, as you know, that my recommendation is just that the commission here can amend, change, reject, or increase, or anything they want. And so, I mean, you can read some of her information here. I think maybe the most compelling would be her noon duty work. While it's not the same, I think we can say that oftentimes people are doing the work above noon duty when they're doing the work out there, and she might have been doing the work of one of these classifications, even not necessarily
In that classification.
yes, but that may be
New duty are the ones just there with the kids. that
Yeah.
come in.
Yes.
And 9 times out of 10, guess on my behalf, I'll just throw my 2 cents in there, is that yeah, they're not supposed to be doing a job that we just done classified, but when she was a noon duty supervisor, or whatever they call them, the names, 2 kids are scrapping or something like that. You go in, you break it up and stuff. Now all of a sudden, we have a position that's called that deals with that. So I would feel comfortable in her substitute role and posing some hours of giving her one step up from the entry level position, because yes, through the course of her work at Barstow Unified School District, I am sure she has done this once or twice, just being, a sub noon duty supervisor, or they're not called supervisor, noon duty.
Yes, noon duty
Noon duty
supervisor.
supervisor. So I feel comfortable with her amendment to this, where she said, hey, I did this and I did that, which wasn't included the first time, to, give her a step up into
Are
it
those the
too.
ones that are on a time card?
the noon duties are, but
Yeah.
she's currently at campus safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new position, so
Yeah.
she's
She
up
just
to-
came on?
Yes.
back in November.
November somewhere.
She was noon duty years.
And now I know my wife was noon duty at, it used to be Thompson when she was, that's how long ago.
Yeah.
And then she went into food service. They
Oh,
said,
there
well,
you
you get more hours of food service.
Yeah.
So I will, if possible, I suggest that we give her a 2 because of that added,
So you recommend 2-step,
no,
oh,
2 a 2,
She's
from a
up right
1 to a 2.
she is currently
Yes.
at
She's in a
1.
one.
One for a
Okay.
2.
So that's
And how
Taking-
much more is that?
Like 75 cents,
75 cents an hour.
Okay,
Yeah, it's in the,
and how many hours is she?
full time.
So full-time, oh, she's at 8?
Mhm.
8 hours?
Seven.
Yeah, these are new.
7.5.
7
Well,
hours, okay.
okay.
And where's she at?
Barstow
Junior
Junior
high.
High.
Junior highs.
So I asked the director to print out the rule of this advanced step placement. So there's like 4 items. I was wondering, does she qualify for any one of these 4 items to justify a step or an additional step? So I know here.
Right there? Okay.
Yeah, there it
Okay.
is.
Did you find anything? I took it off of
The only,
the
no,
secondary
yeah,
one.
that's
saying
experience.
A little bit of experience.
I go for
exactly.
that. Now,
Yes.
did we have difficulty in recruiting for this vacancy?
No.
I do
No,
that.
I don't think so.
We
Okay,
had a good list, didn't we?
okay.
Yeah, we have a good list.
Yeah.
With, I want to say there was 20, what's on there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so she needs extra experience, additional education, no, she didn't,
No,
we didn't
she-
see anything on the resume.
No,
The difficulty in recruitment, not the big deal,
No.
so additional skills,
Just-
that's the same as.
additional
experience.
skills unless you can say the coaching is somehow related.
No.
That's the only
Related.
thing.
That's a stretch.
That's-
That's a long stretch.
So because she has additional experience as the new supervisor, yeah, I go for a step increase.
I'll go with the step.
Yes,
She wanted 4 though.
she wanted 4,
Correct.
she
Well,
wanted
you'll
4.
see
yeah.
through this process a lot of times, and personal opinion, I tried to give it a lot. All of the new hires now seem to, in the newer positions that are coming in, are automatically asking for the thing. There is a rule that within 90 days, you are allowed to ask for an increase from the initial
Yeah.
thing. So either these people are doing their research very, very well, or their friends have gotten jobs and the friends have told them what the rules are. And I think we've seen more, I think, in the last 6 to 8 months
Yes.
than I've been here now 2 years. So I think it's a trend. So what we want to do, and we talked about it,
Yes.
he's coming up with an idea of really, putting this together, put a matrix together
Yes.
and doing all these things so that when we sit down in the future, sure, we can kind of go 1, 2, 3, but there'll be strict,
Oh, yeah.
guidelines of saying, because this is becoming, here's all 3 new hires. I'm kind of thinking they all work the same job site.
That could be.
I think they might have had lunch together. I'm
Could be. They
just,
compare
it's
notes.
just taking a while,
Oh, yeah.
yes. So I would do it, but in her case, I do feel that she could get an extra step. I will entertain a motion.
And every July, they get
Yeah, they
another
get a
step,
step.
so in July, you get another
Yeah,
step.
they're hired before
Yes,
March.
yes,
Yes.
Yep.
yes.
So they'll get another bump in
Yeah.
July. Yes.
Okay, so I move to approve a 1 step from 1 to 2 for this employee.
So you're amending.
Yes,
Second, all in favor?
I,
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, request for advanced step placement, CCSEA range 26 with step 5 for Mr. Isaiah Wasada. And if I mispronounced the name, I do apologize.
Quesada.
Posada.
And so I look, what I did find with Mr. Quesada is that he does have the education. So he definitely has some education. And I couldn't find, and now that I'm looking at his resume, and we had this discussion about substitute, he does have some campus safety assistant substitute experience. I recommended a 2 on this based on education. And again, we're trying to calibrate here and how we're gonna move forward. And if it's true, we're gonna try to come up with a matrix, and also we're gonna notify every new hire about this rule because it just seems to be a more fair way to do this. So we're working on that. But to this particular one, I recommended a 2, but again, you understand that the recommendation is just that. And if we're talking about experience, as a substitute that may be applicable. Mr. Casada, presents here that he has, maybe with 19 to 25 for 5, possibly 6 years as a substitute in the campus safety assistant position plus education.
Now, he was a sub for 6 years,
That is what,
but but he never put in for a job before?
Well, he was subbing for another capacity, but I don't know how far back.
Okay, wasn't.
Campus safety hasn't, I'm sorry, I know I'm
Hasn't
not supposed to
existed.
speak, but it hasn't existed for that.
Correct.
yeah,
And
so
that's
that
gonna
was
be
In
it.
our
my,
district,
was
Yeah, it
that,
hasn't existed.
right.
but where the experience came from was,
It's on this one.
He wrote on his
Yeah.
CV, he wrote campus safety assistant
Campus
since
safety
2019.
2019 to present.
oh yeah, and I didn't catch that one. We never had one.
Yeah, we didn't have one.
Hmm.
That's what I was,
Very
it's actually
interesting.
2 years.
Safety assistant, when
Yeah,
did it come in?
I wanna say campus safety. We've had
That's when
it for a
PC
while.
came back into play, so I'm trying to think how far back. It might be,
Yeah.
but that was right before COVID, so I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
COVID was 19.
Yeah, COVID was like,
COVID was the end of 19, but technically 2020,
Yes.
so I'm trying to think. It
Did
might,
we have that position?
I don't remember when Securitas ended. That was,
We were still in
when
Montero,
Securitas was
17.
there at Montero, did we have safeties at the time? When we still had Securitas too, or no? Don't
My
recall.
knowledge.
See, my daughter's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
She started, she started out at the junior high, and then she moved to the high school. But.
Well, the high school is half though.
Yeah, but she was at the junior high for,
When did we place them?
now, this one's at school? Elementary school?
doesn't
They're all,
say.
Junior
the
high.
experience, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to think how far back. We did have them at the secondary levels,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, there
Whether
was.
they were called safety assistants at that time, I can't recall, but we did have them at the secondary level in 2019, yes.
We didn't have them as a
We
junior.
didn't have them at, yes, we did.
Oh, we
We
did?
had
Yeah,
campus,
at the junior high.
they were called campus monitors. I don't
That
know
was
what their
it.
official
Yeah.
title was,
Okay,
but they were called campus monitors, and we've had them at the secondary level.
okay.
It's the elementary levels that came in, I believe, after COVID-ish, something around
Yeah,
there.
because
But we did have them at the secondary levels.
my son-in-law did it at Montero for a while. Before.
But that's what they were called monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
but
And then-
what the official title was, I don't know, because they still call them monitors.
Yeah.
We're
and-
trying
Because
to,
I'm trying to
clean it up.
remember because you guys, and again, thank you for this conversation, and putting it together. Even back when I was sitting on the board, when we brought it up, it was talking about the words that were going into the positions, what the actual duties were gonna be,
But
the
that was-
classification, the
and that
study.
was security versus safety. That was a heavy conversation.
Yes.
What's gonna be the difference between security and safety? So safeties did exist. I don't know what the official, because title changes have changed.
Okay,
through
so
that whole-
security was there. I'm trying to
So
remember.
safety was there, but maybe not that title.
Gotcha.
Security just started in the
Yeah.
last couple of years.
Yeah.
And security has been
That's the
just
new one.
recently.
Yeah.
Yes,
Security.
Yeah.
yes.
And they
But
had
he
talked
is
about-
currently a campus safety assistant as well.
Alright, with the education, because he does have some law enforcement education, or he's kind of gone that route of looking at it. It does separate him with not only the education, but also with having been a sub in the position. I would recommend maybe taking him to a 3.
Yeah, I agree.
If we went with the last one.
Yeah, this,
Because it
I
was
would
a
call
sub.
this one higher
Yes.
ranked than the last one because of the education. So if we did 2 for the last one, this one should at least be a 3, I
Correct.
think.
I will entertain a motion.
I move that we approve this employee to step 3.
Alright, any more discussion? All in favor? Security or safety was attached to it. I want to say it was just campus monitor.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know there was some
And then there
changes
was
when
a-
we went through the whole, the big classification
Patient.
study,
Yes.
in 2016 through 2018. So the title probably changed at that point, which would have been right before the 2019.
Yeah.
But what their actual title was prior, I honestly, I can't recall. I would have to go back and,
Because it was
Do
through the
research.
reclass, when they did do the reclass,
Yes.
they did everything.
Is there a difference between, now, some of these people are elementary schools now? Is that what you guys were saying?
We have some campus safety.
Or is there a difference?
These are in just one site.
They're all junior high?
Yes.
But I was just wondering, do they have different range for like people who are working at elementary schools as
So
close to?
elementary safety or
No.
security
No.
different than a
Just it
junior
goes,
high.
it carries.
the difference is there's a campus safety assistant and then there's a campus security, which is what your next
Yeah.
one is gonna be.
Yeah.
The security
That's a
level
higher
is
level.
higher than the safety, which is your next one that's on your agenda.
Yeah. All right, so right now we're gonna go to request for advanced step placement for CCSEA range 29, step 5 for Javon Fleming. Campus.
JV on.
Excuse me?
JV on.
My apologies. Security assistant. Here, he does carry, a lot of the education, but he also has a guard card. He also has been armed security. He has done everything out of everything going through this one. Because he will kind of step out in March, I am suggesting that Mr. Fleming, we take to a 4 because he carries all the qualifications.
Yes.
To
And
go
then-
that route.
And then
he'll-
July is gonna go to
Yeah,
5
five.
anyways.
Yeah. So we'll do this one.
I
That would be my recommendation.
I agree with that.
That was pretty slam dunk.
Yeah.
He has everything that goes with it. I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve this employee step 4.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, with that, we need to go into closed session, to discuss the 90-day evaluation for Mr. Ortiz. So with that, we're gonna go into closed session